This small Queensland community is in deep shock. People have come together with spontaneous memorials as they come to grips with the horrifying details of a shootout where 6 people were killed, including 2 police.
They had no idea that they were walking into what would be the end of their lives. It was just completely unexpected.
We are a caring community. We are a community that respects and loves each other, and to have something like this in our community is devastating. We are really struggling to understand why this has happened in our community.
4 police officers went to this remote bush block yesterday as part of a missing persons investigation when they suddenly came under heavy fire. 2 were killed and a 3rd was wounded.
Our 2 colleagues who have passed away were on the ground. They were then executed in cold blood by these people who showed no compassion.
The 2 remaining officers retreated, calling for backup. The police union says the offenders deliberately lit a fire to try and smoke out a female officer. A neighbour who came to check on the fire, Alan Dare, was also killed.
It was to try and coax her out, and she did not know whether she was going to be shot or she was going to be burnt alive. I do know she was sending messages to loved ones saying she almost was at a point where she thought it was her time. A member of the public went to investigate and he was shot in cold blood as well in the back. He did not see that coming.
The small Queensland community is in shock. It's the largest loss of life the force has seen in recent times.
A crime scene has been declared after 6 people, including 2 police officers, were shot dead on Queensland.
As the crisis escalated, 16 police officers went in under fire to try and retrieve their colleagues. Later, special operations were sent in. After an intense gun battle into the night, 3 of the occupants of the house were shot dead by police. The immediate emergency is over, but the reason for this seemingly random brutality remains elusive.
There's a model to be able to handle floods and disaster that happens along the way. There is no model to be able to handle how you lose life in your community.
Paul McVeigh is the Mayor of the Western Downs Regional Council.
We've had an absolute tragedy. We've lost 2 up-and-coming police men and women that were coming through our community. We've lost a resident, all because of the savagery of the gunmen that were there. So our community is, as I say, is cranky, is annoyed at the frustration of losing people in our community.
This video posted to Facebook shows a guard of honour as the bodies of the 2 police officers and a neighbour are driven away under police escort. The dead police officers were Constable Matthew Arnold and Constable Rachel McCrow from the nearby Tara police station. Both were aged in their 20s and just starting their careers.
I spoke with Matthew's father last night. It's hard to know what to say. He was devastated and still processing what was occurring.
Today is a rough day indeed for all police officers and their families. Every officer knows the risk that they face in the line of duty. They are all too aware of the dangers that they face. Yet they do their job, they do it for our community. That is courage, and it is public service at the highest level.
The shootout took place just down the road here. Police won't let us go any further today. But this whole area is former farmland that was subdivided into smaller blocks about 40 years ago. In fact, the people who live here are often called blockies. It's relatively remote, there are few services, and it's a good place to hide.
It's pretty remote. There's a lot of bushland. And yes, I knew the police would get those people involved. And I'm so glad they did. I'm so glad they did after what the horrendous things they did. Yes. Yes. I just can't believe it.
Kerry Bungard used to work as a carer in the area where the shooting took place.
It just doesn't happen. But it's just something I'll never ever forget, never. It's just horrendous to be, you know, executed like that. It's just horrible, horrible.
Police say brothers Nathaniel and Gareth Train shot and killed the officers. They were shot dead in the siege along with a woman named Stacey Train. Nathaniel Train was the missing person Queensland Police were seeking, a 46-year-old former primary school principal from the northwestern New South Wales town of Walgett. What do we know about the 3 occupants of the house? Did you know them?
No. No, I don't have any further detail on that. But certainly from a community's point of view, some of those names of the constables that were lost to this community are old family names within the Tara region.
A police investigation is underway, and it could be days or even weeks before substantially more is known. 7:30 understands investigators are examining the relationships between each of the dead trio and whether extremists' views played any part in the lead-up to the shooting. The police commissioner would not rule out the possibility one of the offenders called police to come to the property.
No, we can't rule anything out at the moment. There will be a thorough investigation. I expect the processing of the scene, the investigation, will take days, if not weeks.
When our police have gone out there, what was going to be a standard knock on the door, and then to be gunned down in cold blood, it's something that's really tragic to our community, and we don't understand all the goings on there. We'll leave that to the police.